So here's the general design. Basically, there's the base at the bottom, which I'll cut out of wood, and then I'll use hot glue as kind of like a base in between to interface these two things. Then there is the stand, and the stand is thick enough to slide a coin magnet in here. Then there's the inner gear, and and so the outer gear looks like that. And we can kind of set up the cutting pattern like so. I do a couple layers, although in retrospect I should have done a few more because yeah, it ends up not following the specifications. Then we do a different cut for the ridges, the outer gears, and then we do a contour to cut this thing out. And again, if I was better at this, I would put little tabs, but now I just kind of let it cut out and hope that it doesn't fly into the cutting bit.
Probably not the safest way. Sure is easy. Dunzo. The trick is to add a 1 to your name, file name. That way it's less embarrassing when you're at like number 6. Alright, it's zeroed in at the corner. Got our file loaded up. Let's pull up a little bit. And then turn on the spinner. Well, it needs some cleanup, but overall it's pretty good. So then you open it up in Candle, and then you find your right place that you want to with these arrows. And at that point you can hit the homing buttons for vertical and XY. Basically go until it touches the wood. I like to give it a couple spins so I have like a marker just in case something goes terribly wrong. Then you lift it up a little bit. Start up the motor. And press send. Alright, now that we're done CNCing, it's time to clean up some of these parts. As you can see, they have some extra stuff that shouldn't be there. Here's a part that I cleaned up partly. Might have to do another run at it, but it looks pretty good. Tolerances are a B word. I did this flat, but as you can see, maybe this side is a bit shorter than this side by like a millimeter or two. It should be fine though. I think I designed the rest of it to eat a lot of tolerance. I recommend having an extra one or a scrap one piece is what I mean to test out in your setup just to make sure that everything's lined up before you use your real piece. So the CAD shows this magnet fitting to this hole, but it clearly doesn't. So I'm gonna have to clean this up with my makeshift chisel. Alright, so this first part is pretty straightforward. Basically, we need to make the stand, and super hot glue is pretty good at for that. Basically, we're gonna put some tape at the bottom, and that's what it should look like. So now, as soon as it warms up, alright, the hot glue has heated up. So now we just kind of dump it in there until it's full. And then quickly we put this in there. And then it all goes everywhere, but that's okay. And it looks like it shot out of one side, because I didn't put it in there straight, so now we gotta add more. We can fix the extra stuff afterwards with a knife. And we just have to make sure that it's vertical. Alright, this part's pretty straightforward. You just have to hope you get it right though. Basically, we're going to add a thin layer of glue. And we're doing it to the wood part, not the metal part, because the metal part's going to eat all the heat. Alright, and when that's nice and spread out, you don't want to add too much obviously, because then you have issues. You push it in, and you only really get one shot. Alright, but we got it. So now we can check that it's all below. It basically is. I'm sure it's a little lower, but we can deal with that. This next part is also pretty straightforward. We just kind of put some glue on here. Spread it out a bit. I probably should have figured this out beforehand. Okay, this way. Actually, it doesn't really matter, because I can always go to the other one. Alright, this is the hard part. So basically we need to put glue, I'm going to try to put it on here, but it's going to be hard because then I have to flip this over, put this on here, then put this guy on top, and then line it up before it finishes cooling down. Alright, let's try it. Okay, this time we got it. Now we can go boop. 5 identical life counters.